All right, guys, let's talk about client generation strategies. So these are some of the ninja tactics that I've picked up over the years of, running Facebook ad agencies, running a ton of ad campaigns for other businesses, other small businesses, other large businesses, my own business, and just things that I've kind of picked up along the way. So some of the client generation strategies that we're going to talk about are really kind of meant to just open the door, because the hardest part about establishing a new business relationship is kind of the initial awkwardness of, how much is it going to cost me? Like, I don't know if I can afford that and things like that. And so the methods that I'm going to go over here, a lot of them, guys, have the value ladder in mind. They have kind of the wealthy person's mentality in mind, where you're giving away free value, right? You're spending your own time with no expectation of money to establish a business relationship with these people, and you're going to capitalize and monetize on it downstream, and it's going to be so much easier to do that kind of once you've already proven that value. Because some amazing entrepreneurs I've learned a ton from, and just in my own experience, when you offer free value, it's so much easier to establish a business relationship with these people. And so a lot of these strategies are going to be, giving away free value, giving away your time, even sometimes spending your own money on advertising budgets just to show these people how valuable you can really be to them. Right? And so one of the first things that we're going to talk about is offering, a free $50 ad spend or $100 ad spend or whatever you feel comfortable with, right? And then it's very important that we always create a custom code where it's like, make sure that when you call in, you mention like white smile, for example, to get like your free cleaning, right? But you have to like mention white smile like when you're on the phone talking to us, or else you're not going to get it. And so the reason that you do this, guys, is so that they know that the sales are actually coming from you. Otherwise, local dentists and things like that get calls from people who look them up on Google and Yelp and things like that. And so you want to make sure that they know that value is coming from you. So always make a custom coupon. And remember, offer a significant discount to current clients for referrals. So this single tactic, because like I've said before a couple times, getting your first client is 100 million times harder than getting your next 10. Right? Because getting your first client, you don't have any testimonials unless, you use some of the strategies we've talked about with, using families or friends who have small businesses, running ads for them, getting them results, right? And then having them make you a testimonial, which is, I totally recommend everyone to do, right? Go find a friend or family member that has a small business, run some Facebook ads for them, get them some results, and then have them make you a killer testimonial. But, offering a significant discount to current clients for referrals and saying, hey, we're going to charge you $1,000 a month to run your Facebook ads, but for every referral that you bring to us that ends up coming on as a paying client, we're going to give you a 50% discount for that month, right? So we're going to give you $500 off for every single referral, and that's going to give them a huge incentive, right? Because people love saving money, and every dentist or most dentists know other dentists from dental school, right? And you don't have to be in the same city to run ads for people, for dentists or for anyone. I just suggest that people start out in the city that they're in, because it's dentist in Boston versus a dentist in Austin, Texas, or San Francisco, or anywhere. There's no difference from a Facebook advertising perspective. You can still make a phone call, you can still run ads, and you just choose a different geographical location. It's very, very easy. And referrals are the easiest clients in the world to get, because when Jim calls his best friend Bob, and they met at dental school and they've known each other for 20 years, and he says, hey, hire Kevin, he's amazing, he's got us an extra $5,000 a month in new clients, and we're only paying him $1,000, that's the easiest sale in the world, right? So make sure that you offer significant discounts, and this is kind of after you already have a customer or two, but make sure you mention it to them, because it's super, super important. Billboards, radio, newspaper, TV, right? Whenever I see a billboard, or when I used to, when I was first starting my Facebook ad agency, and I saw a billboard for like a dentist or something like that, I would literally call the number and I would say like, hey, like, how's the billboard advertising working for you? Like, have you seen like a significant difference? Are you like measuring it? Like, how profitable has it been versus how much it cost you? Similarly with radio, when I hear a radio ad for a dentist, I'll call them, or newspaper or TV, because these companies are just throwing money into advertising, and they have no idea how profitable it is. They have no idea what the return on investment is, and they have no idea how much more profitably these ad campaigns can be run with very simple amounts of technology and with Facebook ads. Like we talked about before, go to local business websites, see if they have the Facebook Pixel installed using the Facebook Pixel Helper right here. and navigate to their website, their Facebook pages, and you can shoot them a message, right, straight to their Facebook page. You can talk about how that you're a Facebook advertising agency and the benefits of the Pixel, and you'd love to offer to install it for them completely free of charge, no questions asked, and just explain kind of the benefits of being able to retarget people with ads who are visiting and showing a ton of interest in their company by going to their website, and just talking about how amazingly profitable that can be. And you can just tell them 100% free of charge. You just are a good Samaritan, and you had a friend who got a good dental treatment there, and you wanted to pay it forward or something like that, right? Google search local businesses, San Diego dentists, navigate to their websites, find their Facebook pages, right? Shoot them a message. Create a testimonial folder, or preferably like a website or something digital. Make it professional looking. You can get people on Fiverr or Upwork to make you a website, or you can just use ClickFunnels very, very easily. Start with family or friends, local businesses. Do work for free until you have 3 to 5. I recommend having at least 1 to 3 kind of glowing references to show people. And then when you're kind of including, your initial contact with people, you can say, hey, here's some of my references, right? Feel free to give them a call or whatever you want to do to prove to you that, I know what I'm talking about and I can really make a difference in your business. Find people currently advertising on Yelp or Groupon by searching, massage. You can go on Yelp.com and search dentists in Las Vegas, like I showed before, right? And the people who are running advertisements for it, that they're comfortable spending ad dollars on the internet, and all you have to do is tell them how much money they're wasting using those platforms instead of focusing on Facebook, when Facebook really is kind of the platform of the future. And you can do the same thing on Groupon, right? Groupon always has deals on teeth whitening and new massages and all types of different deals for local businesses, and you can see which ones are advertising. You can see which ones are offering on Groupon, because Groupon takes a percentage of each one of those sales. And so you could say, hey, instead of paying Groupon 20% for all of those, why don't you advertise on Facebook, when we can get that percentage down to 5%, right, of ad spend. You can offer a free social media deep dive where you kind of evaluate their social media presence. You can see if they have a pixel. You can see what they're doing with a Facebook page. You can kind of evaluate their website, and you can tell them, hey, here are my suggestions. These are kind of the quick wins that you could do. I just wanted to offer that completely free of charge, and I'd be happy to discuss running your Facebook ads for you. And you're going to be super, super surprised at how many people are actually going to say, hey, we'd love for you to come help us. We'd love to hire you, right? Because people appreciate free value. It's just how it is. Solve their problem, right? Go to a legal firm that offers services for DUIs and go out and get some leads for the attorneys specializing in DUIs. Gather 10 emails and tell them 10 emails and phone numbers. You could run, an offer ad, for example, to people, who might have gotten a DUI and say, hey, need a DUI lawyer. Enter your email and phone number here, and we'll reach out to you. We offer the cheapest prices in, the San Francisco area or something like that. And run that advertisement. Actually get them 10 emails and 10 phone numbers, right? And then actually call them and say, hey, I just wanted to prove that I can do this. Here are 10 people that I got the leads. This is how I did it. I'd be happy to, scale this up for you guys and get you a ton more leads. Go ahead and feel free to call these 10 leads. And if any of them turn out into real business, then, you can call me back and you can hire me. And that's worked like an absolute charm for us in the past. Remember, guys, always ask businesses what is currently working for them. How are they getting customers in the door? Kind of what are the most common things, types of customers? And your job really is to translate how they're currently getting customers onto Facebook, onto online advertising, or onto online advertisements, right? So if they're using, newspaper ads and they're working really well, then maybe you can use some of that copy or some of the ads that they're using. Or, if they're running promotional discounts in magazines or something, right? Figure out what's working for them and then kind of transition it into the digital age, transition it into kind of the online advertisement age. And again, guys, referrals are absolutely crucial. So always make sure that you do this. And so kind of one of the last things that I wanted to talk about, guys, is actually setting up one of these funnels for the dentists, right? And so what we can do, guys, is we can set these up, and it's so ridiculously easy to do this, right? So look at how professional this website looks. 100% free teeth cleaning, $500 value, only 50 vouchers available, right? Las Vegas Dental Group. This could be the name of the dentist with their address right here. Enter your name, phone number, and email. Give me my voucher. We have a nice little countdown timer to make it seem legit. 555, 555, 555. And then once you submit, right? It says, please mention the following voucher when booking your teeth cleaning today. Voucher code White Smile. Wait, if you call and schedule your exam and cleaning in the next 15 minutes, you'll get a free take-home teeth whitening kit, $250 value, right? So this is what I call the super value. The super value on what this is the thank you page, right? The super value on the thank you page causes them to actually take action now. And so when they first joined this page, right, they saw an ad on Facebook for 100% free teeth cleaning, right, which is why they clicked. They see that here, they see 50 vouchers available. They might give me the voucher, whatever, right? And if they try to leave the page, it prompts what's called an exit intent pop up. Hey, don't want to book online? Give us a call here, right? Mention White Smile to get your discounted cleaning today, and you put the number of the dentist, right? And this is all completely designed for you guys. Don't worry about this at all. To download this, it's just down here at the bottom, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more kind of in depth, but all you have to do is click right here to get your completely pre-built Ninja funnel, which looks like this snazzy little Ninja funnel right here. Yeah, and so this is the initial page. Once they submit it, they see this page and they see the super value. What the super value does, guys, is it prompts them to take immediate action, because a lot of people will submit it and then they'll, for some reason, just like drop off. They won't actually call. They just, for some reason, wanted to click a Facebook ad for a teeth cleaning, see this thank you page, enter their email, and then never say anything again. But if you schedule your exam in the next 15 minutes, you're going to get a free home teeth whitening kit, $250 value, right? And you can give them a home teeth whitening kit that's like a toothbrush and like a piece of floss that costs the dentist like $1, right? But it just seems like a lot of value. And so people are actually going to call, they're going to mention your voucher code right here. The receptionist is going to say, oh my gosh, like Dr. Wagner, like we've had like 10 calls today and they all said White Smile. Like this guy is like bringing you like ridiculous amount of business, right? And you're going to seem like an absolute rock star, right? And we are going to talk about how to actually create this funnel. We're going to talk about how to customize it, right? Because right now, it's just using this random picture right here. But let's say that I wanted to, do Dr. Wagner in Las Vegas. Then I can just go to his website right here. And I could take a picture directly from his website, right? I could just literally drag this to my desktop, this pic. And I could save it right to my desktop. And then once I did that, all I'd have to do is come into this page right here and change the background. And it's very, very easy. All you have to do is settings, background, and we can just use this new image that we just downloaded, right? And we're going to talk about exactly how to use ClickFunnels, how to set this up, how to change all the things that you need to change very, very soon. I just wanted to introduce this idea because one of the most successful ways and one of the most powerful ways to get new business, like almost every single time, is to create this funnel specifically custom built for the person you're targeting, right? If I was targeting Dr. Wagner in Las Vegas, if I lived in Las Vegas, I would literally make this all Dr. Wagner. I would make the background Dr. Wagner. I would make the phone number, the address, everything Dr. Wagner, and said, hey, like we would love to do business with you. I just built this out for you completely free of charge. We'd be handling all of the email, all of the technology, everything for you. All you'd pay is just one small monthly fee, and I'm so confident that we're going to make this work for you that we're willing to do this completely for free just to show you guys that it works. And they're going to be so overwhelmed by how much value that you're showing, right? Especially if you get this in front of the right person. If you can get it in front of the, the dentist or the practice owner, they're going to be so overwhelmed by the amount of value that you're giving that they're going to for sure call you back, right? They're going to for sure be interested. And if they're not, then the next person is. And the people who are going to be successful are the ones who never give up. And they're going to test, 20 of these businesses a day until somebody says yes. And after one person says yes, it becomes so much easier, you guys. I cannot stress that enough. And so those kind of are the client generation strategies that I use. Again, just to kind of recap, offering it completely for free just till you show them results is a great way to get your foot in the door, right? Offering significant discounts to your current clients for referrals is the easiest type of new business. Talking to them about whether or not they have Facebook installed on their website and the benefits is a great way to kind of just add initial value. Say like, no strings attached, I'm just a Facebook marketer in the area, and I just noticed that you didn't have your Facebook pixel installed. The benefits are X, Y, and Z, and I'd love to talk more about how I could help you. If you are interested, I'd be happy to run some ads for you, even like completely for free, and I could show you a website that I'd build for you guys, again, completely for free if you are interested. And people love things for free, and once you get something for free, the reciprocity, right? People feel reciprocity so intensely. A great book called, I think, Influence by Robert Cialdini. Reciprocity is one of the main things he talks about being an influencer. Once you do something for someone, they want to reciprocate. And so if you add free value to people, they are desperately going to want to reciprocate by hiring you. And it just works, guys. If you don't believe me, try it, and it works. Right? We talked about searching local businesses, finding their contact information, shooting them messages on Facebook. We talked about the importance of creating testimonials, something professional looking, something digital if you can, using friends and family to kind of create those first ones, running ads for them, for their current businesses. We talked about how to find people on Yelp and Groupon. People that are advertising on Yelp and Groupon, such an inefficient form of advertising compared to Facebook, and just kind of talking to them about how you'd love to show them completely for free how you could actually change their advertising world. They'd be spending significantly less with significantly more results. A free social media dive, talking about how they could improve their social media presence, how they could improve their website, and then saying you'd love to like show them how you could add value to their business, right? Solving their problems, and again, for the third time, stressing the importance of offering referral discounts. So if somebody brings in a new dentist office, you'd offer to 50% off of that particular month, which works out to $500 or more of savings, and all they have to do is refer a friend who ends up actually paying, right? And so that kind of leads us into what to charge, which will be the topic of one of our next videos. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. That is client generation strategies ninja style, and we'll see you on the next.